Ha ha ha! I'm back! Alright, today I'm going to talk about part 2 of the metric system. What would it look like? Because it's one thing to learn letters and learn little catchy phrases like King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. Okay, yeah. But you got to get a mind movie, a picture of what are we talking about. So that's what this video is about. So follow along. Here we go. Alright, so, I forgot one piece. But I'm going to put it in right here. So I'm going to put meter, liter, and gram. Okay, so you're like, oh, Mr. Nethercott, I got all this stuff in my head. I need to figure it out. So here we go. We talked about it. King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. Kilo hectodeca unit, or some people like to call it base. Not like the stuff coming out of your car. Boom, 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 boom. No, when we talk about base, we're talking about the meter, the liter, or the gram. Okay? What are we talking about? This is the base of what we're talking about, the basis. All right, and then we go into the small side. Here's DC, centa, and milli. All right? So, this is the big side. Okay? So, I'm going to move this part out because I think you get a pretty good idea of what we are talking about. We've been talking about the metric system. So this is my big side. Okay? And then over here is my small side. Okay? I got stuff everywhere. That's okay. So, let's start with the smallest and work our way all the way down that way. Okay? So, when we talk about and I'm going to play with meter. Okay? So the base that I want to talk about, boom, 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 is meter. So, if we talk about a millimeter, that would be mm. Okay? So, mm is like how thick a dime is. So if I reach into my desk, and I'm like, okay, where are you? Oh, hey, I found you. Yeah, I'm crazy. I have stuff all over the place. As you can see, this is a dime. Not a very good, pretty dime, but it's a dime. So a millimeter, see how skinny that is? That skinniness is a millimeter. Okay, kind of like a grain of sand. So a grain of sand, the thickness of a dime, that's a millimeter, or about a millimeter. Okay? If we wanted to be really, really super on top of it, well, going to my desk again. Here's an actual real deal ruler. Ta-da! All right, and so, ooh, almost had it on the wrong side. All right, so this is the centimeter side. If I can find the right spot. All right, so you can kind of blurrily see a 1 there. I'll try to stop moving. There's a blurry 1, and there's 10 tick marks. Those itty bitty tick marks between that 0 and that 1, that's what a real deal millimeter is. Okay? So millimeter, like the thickness of a dime. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take that dime and I'm going to put it on there. Oh wow, it's true. They ain't kidding. So when you take a dime and you put it on that little ruler part and put on the, millimeter between the, yeah, it really is. Cool. So the thickness of a dime is about 1 millimeter. All right, and then they said, hey, a staple from side to side. Okay, So, yep, I reach into my desk again. Dun, 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 dun. Where did I put that rascal? Alright, I know you're in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I knew it. Because I'm that guy. I have stuff everywhere. And I'm even going to use the different colored one, if I can get it out of the box. I'll just show you the box. Okay? So, we talked about a staple from side to side. Well, here is my thing of staples. And if I go from side to side, oh wow, it's pretty darn close. That's cool. So, a staple from side to side, little pointy pieces that go in, is a centimeter, about a centimeter. So a staple from side to side, a fingernail high. So if you look at your fingernail, you can go, hey, how tall is that? That's about a centimeter. A marble. Well, you know, I'm not going to reach in my desk and get a marble. That was going to take me more time. I think you get the middle picture by now. So millimeter, itty bitty. It's little tick marks, about a dime, you know. And then centimeter, marble, your fingernail, or a staple from side to side. Now, DC, this is when we talked about the numbers are, this one is 1,000. I'll put it here. This one is 1,000, this is 100, and this is 10. And then 10, 100, and 1,000. All right, so when we get to this part, we're slowly getting what? Bigger. That's what we said. We're starting with small, and we're getting bigger. So hey, if we can look at one staple side to side, this would be 10 staples side to side. Okay? Boom, got it. Or if we talked about 1 centimeter is one fingernail, then a DC is going to be 10 fingernails. Oops, I better learn how to spell. Fingernails. 10 fingernails high. Great. And then if we talked about 1 centimeter is 1 marble, then we're looking at a total of 10 marbles with an S. Okay? We're getting from the itty bitty and we're growing and we're growing. Oh, now we're to the U, the unit, the base. Okay? So when we're talking about, and I said, hey, we're going to pick the meter. Okay? And I said, hey, a meter is like, wait, I think we learned it the other day. That's right. A meter is like taking 3 rulers and putting them together. Now this would be a yardstick if we were talking American, but I'm talking the metric system. So this would now be a meter stick. Well, guess what? When we talk about this, oh, it's about the size of a school bus tire. How? Yeah, a school bus tire. Or a guitar. I'll move it like this. Okay, so you can see that. You can get that mental picture in your head about the size of a guitar. Oh, hey, talked about a doorknob. So let's take a look. Bing. All right, go over here, and I take my 3. Oh, snap. It's almost the doorknob from the floor. So it is true. A meter, we'll go back. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Uh-oh, don't want to cut some stuff off. And stop. Okay, so when we're talking about our meter, we said, hey, that's like from the doorknob to the floor. It's like holding a guitar. Or, you know, a school bus tire. Or 3 rulers put together. So this is a meter stick. All right, but like I said, we're getting bigger. So if this is unit base, the next stop is deca. That's why I underlined the CA, deca. That'd be 10 school buses. So if you take a trip, I now see 1 school bus tire. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh. Now I got 10 school bus tires? Wow, that's kind of cool though. All right, 10 guitars? I don't got enough arms. That's a lot of guitars. So if I was to imagine putting 1 guitar, 10 guitars in a row, man, that's pretty cool and kind of long. All right, 10 doorknobs to the floor? So imagine 10 doors, side to side to side to side to side, and going from the floor to the doorknob, floor to the doorknob, floor to the doorknob, floor to the doorknob. Okay, so that would be an example of decameter. Okay, hecto. Oh man. Now if you just got that mental picture of 10, oh wow. Imagine 100 school bus tires lined up. Bow, 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 bow. I can't. That's a lot. So hecto is a lot. 100 guitars, one after another, after another, after another. That's a lot. And 100 doors from the floor to the doorknob, floor to the doorknob, floor to the doorknob. Wow, man, that's a lot. Okay, so hecto, kind of sounds close to hundro, $100 bill. All right, hecto, hundro, 100. 100 school bus tires. Whoo! 100 guitars. Whoo! 100 doors from the floor to the doorknob. Now that looks like a lot, but it gets worse. Because now we're going to stop to our next friend, the kilo, and that's the 1,000. Oh, 1,000 school bus tires? Man, wow. 1,000 guitars? 1,000 doors, looking from the doorknob to the floor? Wow, that's kilo. That is an example of kilo. So, 1,000 over here on the small side is like our dime, and then it goes to a marble or a fingernail, then it goes to 10 staples or 10 marbles, 10 fingernails, then it goes to, hey, all right, I'm getting to something cool. Now we're looking at, a guitar, a school bus tire, trying to imagine how a school bus tire being in front of this, or, looking at the door and the doorknob to the floor. Okay, and then when you get to this side, deca, 10 guitars, 10 tires, 10 doors from the doorknob to the floor. Hecto, like hundro, 100 doorknobs to the floor, 100 guitars, 100 school bus tires. I can kind of handle that. Next stop is kilo, which is how much? 1,000. 1,000 school bus tires? Whew, that's a lot. 1,000 guitars? 1,000 doors. Trying to imagine from the doorknob to the floor. Now you got a mental picture of what it is from small to big in the metric system. That is part 2. We ain't done yet because there's even a part 3.